Oh, and productivity can be a challenge while working from home with so many distractions around. You've got kids, pets, even the kitchen. That could be my thing. That could really
Yes.
break your focus.
Snack breaks.
Yes.
I take one too many.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting tips this morning on how to stick to your professional goals from home. You may have heard of the Afford Anything podcast. Well, founder and host Paula Pant joins us live with some ways to make your work from home life a little easier. Hey, Paula, good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
We're good. We're good. Making it through this week here. So yeah, I know we both have probably struggled to stay on track working from home sometimes. So how can employees increase focus if they are in that work from home schedule right now?
Absolutely. Well, you mentioned the kitchen being a distraction. So let's start there. A lot of people, when they're working from home, don't compartmentalize between their normal activities at home and their normal activities at work. So it's really tempting in the middle of the day to want to wash the dishes or spend a little bit of extra time preparing a meal. But if you wouldn't do it when you were at the office, don't do it at home. So set boundaries for yourself, like I'm not going to do the dishes until after 5 p.m. if you work 9 to 5. Those types of boundaries in which you designate specific working hours for work and you don't do any chores or any tasks around the house. That's one way to compartmentalize when you're at home versus when you're at work.
Yeah, and
I've done
so,
that.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, no, definitely. It's just too easy. And you talk about setting those boundaries. What are some other tips to decrease distractions? I have two kids at home. I have a needy dog at home. I mean, what can we do to not get distracted when we need to focus?
Absolutely. So, well, first of all, if people have an extra room that they can use as a home office, a standalone room with a door that they can close, that would be the ideal situation. Of course, many people don't have an extra room, so designating a specific area and then having a meeting with your family, assuming the children are old enough to be able to understand, having a meeting with your family in which you set very clear expectations around these are the times when I'm going to take a break and I can interact with you then, but these are the times in which I really can't be interrupted. And if there's particular work that you do in which you really have to focus, maybe you're a programmer, maybe you're a designer, maybe you're a writer, and there are certain times when uh, your flow state would be interrupted significantly by any type of disruption, have an additional special signal for your family that indicates that so that they know this is really, really, really not the time to interrupt you. So for example, that could be a type of music that you play when you're in that deep focus state, or it could be as silly as a hat that you wear that just tells your family, no, this is not the time.
Yeah, those boundaries, they can be tough to set, but they
Mm-hmm.
are so important. I know there's probably some tools too, like you need the right gadgets if you're really trying to stay organized. I'm such a planner person. I have to write everything down if I want to
She
remember it
is.
and get it done. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, there are a lot of tools that are free. So one of the things that I love are app extensions, browser app extensions. So for example, on Google Chrome browser, and I'm sure this works on many other browsers too, there's an extension called the Newsfeed Eradicator, which blocks the Facebook newsfeed from you. So if I log on to Facebook, that whole middle section where everybody's updates are posted, I can't see that. That whole thing gets blanked out and replaced with a motivational quote. So extensions like that, ones that allow you to block social media or to block, certain websites, distracting websites from yourself. You can set those up. You can set parental controls on yourself. It kind of feels silly to do to be parenting yourself, but that is very much what work from home requires. Is it's time to parent yourself, and that requires having blocking tools and policies.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah.
other thing, the one other thing that you can do, if you're using a laptop or a desktop that you also use for personal purposes, is set up two different accounts, user accounts. So have your personal account and then log in as a separate user when you're there to work.
Oh,
Wow.
that's
Oh
it.
my
That
gosh.
is a
I'm
good
going to go
idea.
download like all those blockers.
Self-policing.
I didn't know that you could do that.
Oh,
Just block out
these
the
days I want to
newsfeed.
block it anyway. So yeah,
Right.
working or not
Exactly.
working. Real quickly, you have a free ebook with more tips for people?
Yes, and you can download it for free at affordanything.com/productivity, and it gives you all kinds of tips on how to stay productive in the middle of a pandemic. Because these are, I mean, the cliche is like in these uncertain times, but that cliche gets repeated so often because it's true. We don't know what's going to happen, And the more that we can really hone the skills of staying productive while working from home, the more that we can then transfer those skills to staying productive in any future work situation.
All right, Paula's pandemic productivity. I love it. Paula, thank you so much. We appreciate it. And
Thank you.
we'll of course link to the ebook and some more tips there from Afford Anything on coin.com.
Thanks, Paula.